Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to do some plant care and kind of touch up everybody, give you a little bit of like show and tell about how everything's going. And like I have some plants that definitely need some extra TLC. Um, and I'm also just trying to be more like intentional about my plant care so that like everything looks good, everything, you know, is is doing well, and it's not just like I have plants, but I want my plants to be thriving. So I am trying to be better about that. I've been working a lot recently. Today's my first day this week that I haven't had like work in the morning and then my normal shift. So I have a little bit of time and I kind of just wanted to like work section by section of my house and kind of be a little bit more intentional about the styling of the plants as well as like care and keeping up with everybody. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today, and I thought I'd take you guys along on the ride. I also just kind of want to be a little bit more like intentional about like keeping track of everything that I'm doing to my plants rather than just like care and then blah blah. So I do have kind of like I have always had like a running spreadsheet of my plants, but I kind of want to like go a little bit more in depth with that. So this is kind of like getting into like a point where I can see what everybody's doing and how everybody's doing and kind of going from there. So we're starting over in this section by my front. Well, it's not really my front door. It's like the side door of my plant room. Um, because there's a couple things going on that I wanted to talk to you about and show you, and a couple of plants that, you know, need a little bit of help. So the main thing too is, let's see, can you see, like this is on a shelf that I built with my dad, and I had two, and like in my previous house before I moved to Idaho, I had this one and then the taller one behind it, and they were in front of a giant window, and it was like, you know, kind of like a stadium type setup, and it was super cute. But then since moving and I don't have that same sort of setup, I obviously had to like repurpose, you know, and these shelves. And I just moved this one over here not that long ago. It was over against the other wall, and I just felt like the plants would get better light here. The problem with that is this window right here is right next to the driveway, and every single time me or my boyfriend get home, both the dogs run over here, and we have two pit bulls, and they have very whippy tails. If you've never met a pit bull, I hope you never meet their tail because they're insane. They're super strong and they're super whippy, and pit bulls are notoriously lovely dogs. They're just super happy and lovable and excitable, and so their tails do some damage to my plants. I've thought about potentially getting some like little legs to put on this to kind of raise it up a little bit. It's not going to be, because like the thing is my dog's heights of their tails about right here. So it wouldn't like really change it that much, but it might help it enough to where the dog's tails don't whip it as much. So potentially this weekend I'm going to go to Home Depot and see about finding some cute little legs to put on the bottom of this. But for now, we're going to take care of the whipped plants and yeah, kind of just like talk through how everybody's doing. I'm sorry if the lighting's terrible. It's a gloomy day here today. It's pretty cold too. I did have to turn off the pellet stove because it's super loud, but let's get into how everybody's doing. One that definitely could use some leaves chopped off is my small bird of paradise. This is one that was subject to a pit bull tail. The most dangerous part of a pit bull is the tail, honestly. I don't understand why people get so scared of pit bulls otherwise. Other than a couple like beat up leaves on this one, it's really not doing too bad. Like this one is bent, but he's still like the leaf itself, I don't know, it's probably dying. But overall, we still have some, like look at this leaf. Look at this new leaf, so beautiful. I love bird of paradise so much. So I think I'm gonna like definitely dusting this guy off. Ooh, yeah, the new leaves are stunning. So I think I'm going to chop some of the really destroyed leaves like this guy. Because, like, it's just not that pretty. I'm just going to chop him off right there. Probably I'll just chop this guy because he's probably going to die soon, too. I literally just said probably like so many times, like that one kid who's, I think he, what is it? He says, actually. I was that kid, but with probably. And like, honestly, oh, here, there's this one too. After you take off those 3 leaves, like this plant looks so much better. I should probably chop this off. You coming over to whip my plant, Pitbull? Nope, she's going to her bed. But like, just that little bit makes it look so much better. And I think I would probably, oh my God, will I stop saying probably? I think I should, I don't know, should I up-pot this? I wonder how the roots are looking. I don't know, I guess it'll just stay in here for now. But yeah, it's cute. I love it. This one, I remember it got super affected by thrips when I had my giant thrips outbreak. So I'm glad that everything is kicking back into action and looking better. And looking much better now that we took off all those gross leaves. So good, Mr. Bird of Paradise. You're looking fantastic. Then we have, let's see, my, variegated. We have my variegated peace lily that I just repotted, and I think he's really liking the no drainage for the amount of water that he can get. I'm just going to go ahead and chop off some of the dead and sad looking leaves. There's not that many. I mean, there's a couple cold damaged leaves on there, but I'm probably just going to leave those because they're not that bad, like, overall. And I think they're still doing pretty good, but I'll just chop off a couple of the sad leaves. Just a couple of them. But yeah, oh my gosh, he is loving this no drainage so much better than, oh, this one is broken, than no drainage. I feel like he's definitely getting the water that he needs and deserves a whole lot better now that he has a reservoir, rather than like, oh gosh, some dusty leaves, rather than me having to keep up with watering, because I am a chronic underwater, and that's why I do no drainage, because it gives me that extra cushion for when I inevitably underwater a plant. But yeah, look how much happier he looks. And let's see, he still has, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, he still has about 1 inch of water in the reservoir. You probably could not see that at all, but it looks so good. And we just chopped off some of the sad leaves, so that makes it look a lot better. I mean, I could definitely chop off some more of the leaves, but overall, it's looking good. I think you could definitely use a little bit more light, but obviously that's a little hard to come by in the winter slash almost spring. It's not spring yet, but it's still winter. So hopefully once spring really comes around and we get the lovely sunshine back again, he'll start putting out more aggressive white, because it's definitely looking more like cream or light green. But yeah, so cute. Love him. Love that he's doing better. Okay, next on the list is Mr. Ploumanii. And look, we have a new leaf. Can you see that? Get rid of my face. It's so cute. It's just a little guy. He's kind of growing a little funky, but I like it. This leaf is going, so I'm just going to chop it off. Let's see. Shoop. And then we still have this beautiful leaf. And then this one is the first one that I grew in my care. A little bit smaller, but still really beautiful. And then now we have this new leaf. This one has kind of been a little bit of a slow grower for me. I think he took a while to get adjusted to my care. But I think he's finally starting to like his life again. So, super cute. I love this plant. It is unexpected. I really like, look, you see how pink the new growth is? It's so pretty. I love it. This one is a Ploumanii citrus. So I guess the difference is like it's supposed to have a little bit more like pinky orange to it, which you can kind of see on the backs of the leaves. Oh, that one you could really see. Look at all that pinkiness. So cute. But yeah, doing pretty good. Just had to chop off that one leaf, and then hopefully he'll keep doing well. Okay, this is a plant that I really need to work on rehabbing. It is a Burle Marx, variegated Burle Marx. Honestly, I was at Ecuagenaire with my boyfriend, and I picked this up and I was like, oh, that's cute, and then didn't think anything of it. And then my boyfriend came behind me and ended up buying it for me. Because he thought I really wanted it, which like I do, but this was definitely not the best specimen. It has lost a lot of leaves. It's been struggling for a while. I think honestly, come spring, I'm mostly just trying to keep this guy alive because come spring, I think I'm just gonna like chop him up and see what I can get to grow. Like the growth is kind of funky, which I know Burle Marx typically do. They just kind of grow wild like that. But yeah, I feel like we could definitely do better than this. So I'm just at the moment trying to keep him alive so that we can have a little bit of a project plant come spring when the warmth comes out. Because yeah, you can hardly see the variegation on the leaves anymore. Can you even see that one? There you go. It's like super subtle variegation. This newest leaf has a little bit, but yeah, it's nothing crazy. So I think this is definitely a plant that we'll be working on this spring. Now I'm just like checking for pests. Better not be any. I better not get no pests again. But yeah, so don't really care about that one too much. Winter was not good to my cactus. This is what we're looking like. Some of it has fallen off and rotted. Some is still doing okay. Let's see, this one's still like rooted in there. Yeah, so I need to take this out. I'm not gonna do it right now because I need like some tweezers or something, and I don't want to put it on the ground. I'm just gonna throw that rotted piece away. Moving on down the line, we have, this is a bit of a project plant as well. I just put it in my favorites. It is a Philodendron Florida Ghost that I put on a pole. So yeah, we're kind of just like keeping an eye on the pole, trying to keep things moist so that anything will grow on the pole, which I probably could water the pole a little bit. Let's see if this will work. There. Just moisten up that moss a little bit in hopes that we can grow some really big Florida leaves, because I love the Florida Ghost. I mean, oh my gosh, I love Florida. It's one of my favorites. I just really love the leaf shape. Let me just go ahead and dust some of these leaves. Nice and dusted. So yeah, we're just gonna keep our eyes on this one, see how the plant is growing, hopefully into the moss bowl. I have not seen any connection yet, but we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Okay, this is another plant that I'm like, what the heck is going on? This is a Philodendron Summer Glory, which is, let's see, it's a combo of the Gloriosum and Macaulay's Finale. Right? Is it Macaulay's Finale? It wasn't doing much for the longest time. I'm gonna peel off this sheath. It was not doing that much for a while, and then it kind of started putting out a couple leaves, and then it kind of stopped again. So it's kind of just growing a little wonky. Let's see, it put out This, I think this was the first leaf it put out in my care a while ago, because I've had this plant for a good long while. And then it put out this scraggly scrag that, like you can tell, definitely had a little bit of a struggle getting out. So it got a little messed up. Then it put out this guy, which also not as bad of a struggle, it looks like. Oh, it's such a cute little heart shape. Not as bad of a struggle, but not great. And then I just noticed this guy, which looks so much healthier. It's growing upside down, so that's fun. But it's this leaf is pretty. Like, look how dark and beautiful that leaf is. Here's the back of it. Am I gonna focus on my leaf, not my face? Hello? Okay, there we go. But yeah, so here's hoping that it will keep putting out some really pretty leaves, because as of right now, it's not looking that nice, honestly. I like this glass that it's in. It's like a square glass. I thought this guy was a climber, but he's kind of looking like he's trying to crawl, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. I swear that I thought this was a climber. So I guess we'll just kind of like keep our eyes on this guy and see how it goes. Get off a little bit more of that sheath. But yeah, so it was not looking that hot, and then now it's giving me a little hope. So we're doing okay, I think. Okay, I guess. Okay, next one is hidden. Oh, and he is not looking the best anymore. This is my Monstera siltepecana. I had propagated this guy, and I think the prop died. I want to say it like melted in the water. But these are what the leaves are looking like right now. It has not put out a new leaf in a while, and this is kind of what the stem situation is looking like. I feel like I need to just chop this and start over. So this is another one that I'm kind of just like holding on to until, you know, until spring comes, or until it stops being so cold that my prop's gonna have a little bit better of a chance. Well, it's super springy. It's really pretty. I love this plant. It's just kind of growing a little weird for me. Here's what the roots. Can you see all those roots in there? Like, it's got a lot of roots, but I don't know. Maybe it just needs like a pole. It needs a little more support. It's very top heavy, so I think that just is causing the growth to be just a little bit weird, and it's not wanting to put out new growth because it doesn't feel supported enough. So I think this is one that we definitely got to work on being a little more supportive with. And I'm probably just going to chop it and start fresh come spring. So it's another guy we're trying to just keep alive. And then we have this big bad boy here. My wonderful, always amazing, Philodendron Congo Rojo that I've had for forever. Gosh, this is like such an old plant. I want to say, I honestly have no clue how old exactly it is. I have had it for probably like, let's see, so my first plant, like the first big plant in my collection, I think I've had since 2018. So this guy has to be pretty close behind that. So yeah, it's probably like 5 or 6 years old, maybe 5 years old that I've had this guy. He started out as a baby 4-inch, like minuscule, and he's just taken off. Like, I can tell he probably needs some support because he's getting real thick and heavy right up here. So we should probably put him, I don't know, do these like a pole? He needs something though. He needs something. Maybe also come spring I'll chop the top of him. That could be fun, huh? Because like the top is just growing so huge. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. I think this one though, I do kind of want to move back into the window that it was in. Let's actually just do that now. So this is the original window that he was in that is now housing this burl marks that needs a lot of help. And the burl marks is no longer pretty. No offense, Mr. Burl Marks. But it's not as pretty as it was before. So I'm like, let's just put this guy back. But yeah, I think I definitely need to get some sort of support. Let's do that. So I think what we're gonna do for now is just put a little bamboo stake in there to at least just make him feel a little bit more supported so that he's not like leaning over all crazy like. And then I'll just attach him using a twisty tie. There. Super minimal fix, but at least now I think he just needs to be up a little bit more so that he can look prettier. He was just like, I don't know, I love this plant too much to just shove it in that corner, so let's put him back where he belongs, front and center. As you can tell, he has been affected by a pit bull attack. Absolutely traumatic pit bull attack. Because they just love too hard. So yeah, he definitely has some sad leaves. I just don't want to, I don't know, should I cut this off? Maybe this one I should cut off. Do you see this one? I don't know though. What do you think? What do you think? Should I leave it just as is? He's kind of growing a little wonky, I think probably because of the corner that he was in, but now you can really see how big some of these leaves are. Oh my goodness. Stunning. So, I don't know. This plant is my pride and joy. For such a like common house plant, this plant gives me so much joy. I'm always like tempted to buy another one, but I'm like, I always feel like nothing's ever gonna live up to as wonderful as this plant is. So I just haven't bothered yet, but I think he will like his new spot. But now that means we need somebody for here, and I think I know just the plant. Gonna be subject to a pit bull attack, but that is a risk we're gonna have to take. Let me fix. He has like he has a bamboo stake in there. I don't know that it's necessarily doing all that it should. And then I did just have to chop him because he was like throwing out a runner, and we didn't want that. Let me dust him a little. I really like this Rhaphidophora decursiva. I have kind of neglected it a little bit, honestly, because I didn't have a good spot for it. So it's like I started getting fenestrations and I was so excited because these leaves are insane. I cannot wait for this to get mature. But then it started reverting. It started putting out non-mature leaves. Maybe I should chop it and kind of just like start back here, because it kind of, I don't know if you can see, look at all that spacing. I'm just gonna chop it. I don't even care. I'm just gonna chop it. And I think I have a couple propagations of this in a prop box, and then I have one in water. So these guys have really pretty leaves. Oh, you can kind of see a little bit of the cold damage on the back of this leaf. Eek, cold damage. The leaves are pretty hardy. Yeah, this one's a little bit cold damaged too. If you guys don't know the drama I just went through in my life with all this cold damage. But I'll definitely throw this in some water. And we'll try and get a good little prop out of this. But yeah. So now I think that will make this guy a little bit more secure. Oh, so what I have done, let me see if I can zoom in. This little string is what I was using to kind of tie up to this pole so it had a little bit more support, which I'm actually going to, I think, tighten this so that it's a little bit more upright like that rather than just hanging. And then hopefully as it grows, I have never been good at moss poles ever. So yeah, I'm kind of just experimenting with how to support plants the best. And this is what I have so far. But yeah, so this is what we're looking like. A little bit of support with a little bamboo. And this is the cutest pot I've ever thrifted. When I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. They turned a cowboy hat into a pot. Not realizing that's a top hat. But it's super cute. Oh, it actually could use some water. And so now, hopefully, it will like this new living situation. Now it has a home, and he will feel, why can't I not say feel? He will feel a little bit more, you know, at home and like he has a place. And so maybe then he'll continue to put out some nice mature leaves for me. But yeah, I think that's cute. Takes up less space than the Congo did over here, so that's good. Gosh, this is just gonna be a video on its own, like this little section of my plant room. I do kind of want to get a little bit better with my decorating of this shelf. Maybe once I put some legs on it and kind of raise it up a little bit, I can be a little bit, this is kind of just where I keep my little notebooks until I'm ready to use them. I used to be obsessed with I've always been obsessed with stationery. I still am. What is my hair doing? I'm obsessed with stationery. And when I went through a very depressive stage of my life, I did a lot of retail therapy, and for some reason stationery has always been something that I gravitate towards. So I'm trying to be more mindful. I'm just trying to be more mindful about my life in general, but yeah, I have not purchased new stationery in like probably years now. Go me. But yeah, I still have some notebooks to work through, but they're so cute. Like, look at this one. Are you kidding me? Like, do you see the embossing? I don't know if that's gonna show up on camera. Let me zoom in. Literally turns into a stationary YouTube instead of plant, but look at that. That's so pretty. Guess what? This has not been used, not once. I don't know. Don't ask me how long I've had this for. Don't ask me. But yeah, that's what I like. Some of these have been used. This one's so cute. I think I got this from Anthropologie. It says Master Plan. It's rose gold. It has a zipper. I started trying to like bullet journal with this. How far did I make it? 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Good job, Becca. 4 pages. Yeah. I want to be an organized person. I really do. I think there's just too much going on in my brain to like stay on one subject at once. But anyways, yeah, that was a little bit of a rabbit trail down the path of plants. But yeah, that is one thing that I'm wanting to do, is make a plant journal. But the problem is I know I'm going to make it and then I'm going to forget about it and not do it. So maybe if I make a video about it, oh my gosh, what is this hair doing? Maybe if I make a video about it, it will help me be accountable. Okay, last 2 plants that we just need to talk about, because then I can end this video. This is a philodendron Birkin, believe it or not. It's from it was a piece of a Birkin because my Birkin was dying. I just chopped it up. I have never been good with Birkins. I don't know why I keep trying. Honestly, I don't even really like them. I just don't know. I don't know. But I have this Birkin, and I kind of just don't want to give up on it just because I have, you know, had it for such a long time, but I don't like it. Should I get rid of it? Maybe I'll sell it on Facebook Marketplace. $2. Please, just take this out of my hands and give it a loving home. Okay, and the last plant I have here is a cactus. This is a cute plant. Hello, think about your words. I got this cactus. Can you speak? Do you have the capacity to speak? This is very much all over the place video. We used to go to Joshua Tree all the time when I lived in San Diego, and before I moved here, we did like a whole weekend stay at an amazing house in Joshua Tree. And every single time we would go to Joshua Tree, I always saw this dig your own cactus place, and I was like, oh my gosh, we need to go. Every single time something would happen and we never went. So the last time I went to Joshua Tree before I moved, I was like, we are going. And so everybody stopped and it was so cute. Everybody got a matching cactus so that we could like remember, you know, such a great time. We got shot at in Joshua Tree. That was crazy. It was a great time though. Fantastic time. But yeah, we all wanted to commemorate it. So I got, this is my cactus from my U-Dig cactus. And I think it was like 59 cents. It was great. U-Dig means literally that you take it out of the little plastic planter and plant it in a pot. But yeah, they definitely were overselling what type of plant shop they were, but anyways, it was still cute nonetheless. This is mine, and you might be wondering, Becca, why is it in 2 pots? The second pot is from my boyfriend's cactus that he picked himself. I told him that is going to die. That is already dying. Why are you picking that one? He's like, I don't know, this is what I want. And I was like, okay. And what happened? That's what happened. So we have 1 cactus remaining from our Joshua Tree experience, and I love him. I think he's so cute, and I would like to keep him forever. So he lives down here, and that's it. But anyways, that is me trying to be a little bit more mindful about my plants. I honestly, I don't know if we really even did anything in this video other than chop off some leaves and move some guys and talk about plants. So I don't know, do you guys like this? Is this something that you would watch? I would watch something like this, so that's why I would make it. But yeah, thank you if you even stuck around for this rambling all over the place video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!